Well, let's cross now for the introductions. Here's MC Paul Booth.
Boxing fans ringside here in Glasgow. Time now for our co-main event of the evening. A scheduled 12 rounds of boxing for the Commonwealth Featherweight Title. Firstly now to make his way to the ring is the challenger from Cardiff, Wales. It's Baby Jacob Robinson.
I see you can fly today. I see you shining day. Shout out to my hustlers that grind all day. I see you shining day. I smell that jello from a mile away. I see you shining day. I still be.
And now, the nightmare is in the city. Glasgow, please welcome the champion from Bearston, Scotland, Nathaniel Collins. Welcome to boxing fans joining us at the OVO Hydro here in Glasgow. And also to viewers joining us right around the world via the Fight Zone TV platform. Time now for our co-main event of the evening. A scheduled 12 rounds of boxing, this bout for the Commonwealth Featherweight Title. The officials have been appointed by the Commonwealth Boxing Council and the British Boxing Board of Control. Representing the Commonwealth is Eric Armitt of Scotland. For the British Boxing Board of Control, the area representative is John Swanson. Inspectors working the contest are Charlene Clark and Daryl McGrawty. 3 judges scored the contest at ringside. They are Michael Alexander of Doncaster, Steve Gray of Fleetwood, and Darren Maxwell of Glasgow. Timekeeper on the bell is John Bruce of Arbroath, and upon the sound of bell, introducing one of the world's finest, A-star referee Howard Foster of Doncaster. Those are the officials, and they are ready. The boxers are in their corners, and they are ready. So fight fans ringside here in Glasgow, let's get down to business. Introducing firstly, boxing out of the red corner, stands our challenger. On the scales officially at 8 stone, 13 pounds. He's wearing tonight the white and gold shorts and stands in the ring as the reigning Welsh area featherweight champion. His fight record is perfect. 9 visits to the ring, 9 victories, including 2 going inside the scheduled distance. From Cardiff, Wales, introducing Baby Jacob Robinson. And across the ring, standing in the blue corner, is our proud champion. Scaling at the weigh-in at 8 stone, 13 pounds. Tonight, he's wearing the black and silver shorts. His fight record is also perfect. 10 victories, 5 going by way of KO. Standing in the ring this evening is a former Celtic featherweight champion. And for tonight's bout, he is the reigning, defending Commonwealth Featherweight Champion from Bearson, Scotland. It's the Nightmare, Nathaniel Collins. Ladies and gentlemen, someone's O has got to go. Referee Howard Foster with his final instructions.
Fellas, spoke to you both in the dressing room. Both know I expect to keep it clean break straight away when told. Want to watch your heads in close. Good luck to you both. Touch wood. Good luck.
Well, here we go. So much expectation around this one. The Commonwealth Featherweight title on the line. It belongs to Nathaniel Collins, the 25-year-old from Bearsden. Currently, he wears the black trunks with silver trim in against Jacob Robinson, who wears white and gold. The Cardiff man, 27 years of age, both men undefeated. Nathaniel Collins, 10 fights, 10 wins, 5 inside the distance. Robinson, 9 fights, 9 wins, 2 inside the distance. It's southpaw against southpaw. And I mentioned expectation levels, Alex, because it really is what you'd imagine to be a huge step up for Nathaniel Collins and Jacob Robinson, who comes in as the underdog with the opportunity to make a massive statement against one of Scotland's finest young prospects for some time.
Yeah, no, he certainly is. Nathaniel's really improved. He's improving every contest that goes along. You can see that the progression in his boxing is fantastic, and he's becoming very confident as well. He's really starting to believe that he is the real deal. Looked in tremendous condition yesterday as well at the weigh-in.
Well, always good to see 2 young fighters willing to put it on the line, to risk that O. So much emphasis placed on winning records these days, but
yeah,
it's about taking the right fights, isn't it?
Yeah,
making a name for yourself.
Yeah, of course it is, yeah.
Win, lose or draw.
Having good people around you, steering you in the right direction. Jacob looks so like his father. He's an absolute spitting image of his father.
Well, Steve Robinson is here, of course, part of the team. Tony Borg, the trainer in the corner. Very tight-knit unit. Of course, Steve Robinson's story was amazing, really, taking that challenge 2 days' notice and becoming the WBO featherweight champion of the world. What a moment that was. Cable stuck against the great Prince Nassim Hamed.
Yeah, sure did.
But what a career he had, and now Jacob trying to emulate him. He just lands with a good right hook there.
You've seen him up here as well against the brilliant Scott Harrison when Scott was really in his prime.
No, a good
Stevie was stopped on his feet, yep. Brave, proud warrior.
Well, both men with successes in this, real buoyancy in the corner of Robinson when he just had a flurry of success in those early exchanges.
Yeah, it's real ebb and flow. No one getting a foothold yet. Two southpaws, as you can see. Decent jab there from Robinson. Backhand of the body from Nathaniel.
What an intriguing first round. Pick the bones out of that, Alex.
KG, very difficult to score as well. All depends what you like as well, Dom. We've seen Robinson getting in the range with the jab, but we've seen a few good backhands to the body from Nathaniel Collins. So what do you like? I'd probably just slightly lean towards Nathaniel Collins in that first round. A little bit more ambitious.
All on 10 seconds. Seconds out.
So it's what you like, as Alex Arthur says from that first round. So who is going to make the first real statement of this contest? Nathaniel Collins, the holder, of course. We watched him take the title live on Fight Zone on a very warm evening in Hamilton and New Douglas Park. He was in against Felix Williams. Put on a real show that night. Since then, defended a couple of times against Timbani Megantada in Bolton and against Uriel Lopez Juarez. That wasn't the title on the line, and that one in Turnberry, but this certainly is. Concentration completely etched on the faces of both men.
Good backhand there from Robinson.
He's trying to put some spike behind those shots now, Nathaniel Collins.
Yeah, good movement there from Robinson. Anticipated Nathaniel's attack pretty well there, managed to get under it and get out that corner. Wasn't hanging around in the corner. Robinson looking a little bit tentative though. Doesn't look overly confident. Good attack there from Nathaniel. Managed to finish with a good body shot.
Good work from Collins. He's got his shots off, showing good movement.
Yep, he's getting in a little bit of him now. Both boys trade body shots there. Now that guy's too busy with a jab. Good backhand from Nathaniel. It's probably just done him enough to win that round there.
Well, two tight rounds. I think just Nathaniel Collins, as you said before, just looked to have found a bit of rhythm in that second round.
Yeah, a little bit more so, yeah. A little bit more confident in his own attacks as well. I mean, we've seen some good stuff for Robinson. He managed to evade his way out that corner pretty impressively. But we've seen both guys land good body shots, but Nathaniel was just a little bit more spiteful, a little bit more effective. I've gotten 2 rounds up now. Sure you have on the same, Dom.
Very tight though, isn't it?
Yeah, very close.
It was interesting. Both men have spent a lot of time with our own Steve Lillis this week. He's been chatting to both of them. It was interesting to hear both thoughts. And Nathaniel, who's in a hurry to get titles, of course, he raced to the Commonwealth belt. Absolutely raced there, you know, following the likes of John Simpson, Scott Harrison, Johnny McGrory. But, you know, that 7 or 8 fights, and now he could be trying to match Josh Taylor in terms of world honours, who was, I think, 16 professional fights. But, of course, before he worries about any of that, he's got to worry about Jacob Robinson, who's not playing games tonight.
It's been a good start here, no? Nathaniel had a good start to this round. Nice, sharp, accurate, straight shots to start the round. Like you said, Dom, I think he's maybe finding himself falling into a little bit of rhythm now, Collins. And he is very much that kind of fighter. Starts to get a little bit confident, starts to get his rhythm, his timing, things start to flow for him. He grows in confidence, he becomes very, very dangerous.
Good work again from Collins. Got the shot to head and body, and then got out of the way. There's a little bit of wrestling going on.
Yeah, looking at just Nathaniel was looking to get his hands back to his own chest there so he could let his hands go. Good effective tactic. You can focus on getting your hands back to yourself. Timing there with the hooks. Nathaniel's trying to just scythe them over. Robinson's work rate is what's letting him down, basically. He's just not busy enough. He's corner calling for him to get working. He's been jabbed in the eye there.
Yeah, you can see him winking.
Bit,
yeah. Really blinking quite a lot there, that left eye.
Yeah, well, it looked like the thumb, Nathaniel's thumb, went right in his eye there with that jab. These things do happen. Try and shake it off. Get on with the contest. That's another good round for Nathaniel.
Well, I think there was just a little bit more distance between the two in that round. Nathaniel had just taken control of it.
Yeah. Definitely won that round quite convincingly there for me, Nathaniel.
Good quality fare that we're privileged to be ringside for tonight. Nathaniel Collins and Jacob Robinson.
Another 10 seconds. Seconds up. Round 4.
Again, the call to be busy from the Robinson corner.
It's gonna work, Jake. No
watching was the shout there from Tony Borgnoa, his 3-year-old son, Jacob Robinson. He's got him emblazoned on the front of his shorts, and Leon on the back, his dad Steve's cousin, who came up with the name Baby Jake, which he goes by, named after Jacob Matlala. Leon sadly passed away. Howard Foster wants a word with both these men now.
He's very tentative, Robinson. I don't know if he's felt a big shot for Nathaniel, or but very tentative yet. He's not getting off at all, really. Good body shot there, though.
Well, the Collins fans are just trying to make some noise here in the Hydro to back their man now. There's plenty of Welsh support as well for Robinson. Oh, good uppercut from Collins as Robinson was making his way in. Well, Robinson still moving forward. Is that what Collins wants?
Good body shot there from Nathaniel. Stuck in the mud, Robinson. He just can't seem to let his hands go, though. He just can't seem to get his shots off.
Well, who's that more down to, Robinson or Collins?
No, definitely Collins there again for me. He's shutting him out now. Landed a lovely left uppercut as Robinson came forward as well. Was punching while moving off the line as well. So, yeah, it's another Collins round for me. Robinson just not letting his hands go. He's just not busy enough. So, it's very difficult to give him anything here, you know.
Well, at this stage, let's bring in our boxing oracle, Steve Lillis. Steve, you're always scored all these fights. How have you got it?
Seconds out. Round 5.
So, Alex Arthur and Steve Lillis both have Nathaniel Collins 4 rounds to the good as we enter the 5th round of this scheduled 10-rounder. Of course, the Commonwealth Featherweight title on the line. The holder, Nathaniel Collins, according to our men ringside here, well in control of this one. Good body shot from Collins, good left hook to the body. And again, lets the hands go, finds the target. Started this one brightly again, Nathaniel Collins. Good combination from Collins.
Yep, quick hands out.
Robinson gets one away himself. Good right hand.
Yep, off the
Needs more
backhand
of
as well, yep. Through the backhand first, followed by the followed by the jab. Landed the shoulder there, Robinson. Nice jab there from Nathaniel Collins. Good head movement. Looks like he's controlling matters all round here. Nathaniel Collins, he's definitely got his timing down now.
Easier said than done, though. How does he change the plan, Robinson? How does he?
Well, he has to really start to try and find a way of letting his hands go, Dom. He's not working at all. He's not letting his hands flow at all. It's like he's stuck. He just can't let his shots go. And maybe it's because he's up against another southpaw, you know, and he's never faced anything like that before. But I would assume he's very fit and he looks physically very strong, so I think he's maybe just a little bit unsure as in what to do.
Well, it's a step up for both men. Collins just again the busier of the two.
Yeah, they're calling for him to work in the corner there. You know, they're asking for him to work and work harder, but just can't seem to get his shots off.
One more 10 seconds. Seconds out. Round 6.
Well, we enter the second half of this scheduled 10-rounder with Nathaniel Collins 5 rounds up on Alex Arthur's scorecard and Steve Lillis's card as well. So it's going to need a big turnaround for Jacob Robinson.
Yeah, if he wants to win this, he has to really start going about it in a totally different manner now.
That's presuming, of course, our judges agree with you two.
Yeah.
The men that matter on that occasion is Steve Gray, Mike Alexander and Darren Maxwell.
Yeah, good experienced judges. But for me and Steve, you know, it's quite clear that Nathaniel's controlling matters without much difficulty, really. You know, if he just keeps it like this, you know, he's going to win in a whitewash. You know, be 10 rounds to 0. He looks a lot more comfortable in there than Robinson as well.
Again, just a little eye-catching flurries as well, aren't they, that will register with the judges.
He looks by far the more confident fighter in there as well. Collins, he's you know, he's trying single backhands now as well. He's got a nice bit of rhythm about him now and seems to be finding a real flow. Hooks off the jab. Stepping across as he punches off the hook now as well. Collins, he's in the zone. Nice jab from Robinson there. Collins trying to time that backhand counter there. Just fell a little bit short.
Around it, I suppose not a great deal of action in that, but just
Not
the
a
odd
lot.
flurry from Collins and the odd single shot from Robinson.
Yeah, you just got to, you know, you got to look at the overall ring generalship as well, and it looks like Collins is a man in control. He's dictating the tempo, he's dictating the play of the contest, and he's the one who does look like he is in control.
Well, Steve Lillis, I mean, you spent...
He's first to the punch. Nathaniel seems to be reading everything, and apart from the first round, it's just the gap, the gulf has just got wider and wider, and you wonder now if, you know, if the confidence is starting to drain from Jake as well.
But you've spent so much time with both men this week. You've spent so much time with them. You've listened to how they felt they were going to go about the business in there. Do you feel that maybe the game plans are different to what they said
Possibly,
they expected?
They've seen that Jake's must have been different. So they must have been seen Nathaniel bowling people over for fun. But he's showing another side to his game, and how patient is he as well?
Yeah, I mean, Nathaniel Collins stopped his previous 2 opponents. In fact, it's 3 in the last 4 that he has stopped. So he has that potential to get him out of there. Maybe the reason why Jake has been slightly more tentative.
Take that, Jake. Let's stick it on him. The backhand, as soon as he comes in. Stick it on him. Backhand, back up.
Okay, good shots land from Collins, found the right hand, and
Yeah, he's pretty much lost here, Jacob Robinson. He's absolutely lost. He's he seems to have no inclination to the way that he should approach this. You know, he's nothing's working for him at all. Nathaniel Collins seems to be in complete control. A good left hand there from Collins as well. Just that little bit sharper. Good combinations there, right down the middle.
well, they landed fairly flush. There's a little respectful nod of the head from Robinson.
Yeah, less than a minute to go now. Collins is building a little bit of momentum here now.
Well, Collins just sees that round out. There's a little shake of the head from Jacob Robinson as he goes to the corner.
Yeah, he just can't get them off. He just can't get his shots off. You know, he's he's been bamboozled, really. I don't know if Nathaniel Collins is kind of like just, you know, played a little magic trick on him, Steve, but, you know, he just can't get them off, can he?
Shots are getting he looked despondent at the end of the round there, and whatever game plan Joe Ham Senior come up with, it's worked a treat. Every time I see Daniel Collins, I like him that bit more. I think he's a really good featherweight. It always seems up in Scotland these fighters emerge from nowhere, under the radar, after 9-10 fights. He could be the next one.
Well, there's plenty of excitement about him and about his career. You heard Dennis Hobson talk about him earlier. They thought this was a dangerous fight for him to take, because obviously Jacob Robinson arrives here with plenty of ambition, an unbeaten fighter, 9 fights into his career, 9 wins. So, of course, it was something of a calculated gamble, but so far it's looked like a very good one.
A very smart one, yeah. This is a good-looking win on Nathaniel Collins' record as well.
Now go, Jake, up the middle. You're right down the street.
But 7 rounds to 0 for me and Steve, and I'm sure yourself, Dom. So he's got it all to do, Robinson, here, if he wants to take this Commonwealth title home to Cardiff.
Trade with him, Jake. Come on, Jake, let's see it.
Jab! Jab! Flick the jab out! Flick it out and double it up! Jake, no waiting, no waiting. Work with him, work with him. Look straight, come on. Need to fucking work, bro! Double jab left side!
Well, Jacob Robinson going to ground there. Howard Foster counting. Nathaniel Collins just looks to his corner now. Well, it was fairly innocuous. I thought at first it was a slip. He was caught by Collins.
Yeah, he ran into a couple of counter punches there, and they were quite sharp. I think he was a little bit off balance, but there were shots thrown at the time, so it had to be scored a knockdown.
Well, the task in hand for Jacob Robinson has just got that little bit steeper now with the knockdown.
Oh yeah, he's got all to do. He really does.
But that, again, a massive psychological boost to Nathaniel Collins, who was having it all in his own way anyway.
Nice, good uppercut there from Nathaniel Collins.
Well, Robinson comes back, lands a right hand. Maybe he knows that he's got to try something pretty drastic now.
Let him go, Jake. It's gonna work, Jake.
You need to fucking work!
Open up, Jake.
Punch it! Jake, get a jab going. 1, 2. Come on, Jake.
Come on, Jake, under the elbow. Let's crack him. Let's go. Then you get a job done. Go again. Go again. Come on, let's go. Let him go, Jake. Jacob, you gotta work. You gotta work, chap. You're waiting too long. Let's go.
To the left edge. Left side.
Let it go. Let it go.
A big sweeping right hand from Robinson. Well, the second one did land.
Yeah, last one scored there.
Lovely shot, Jake. 1, 2, up. 1, 2, up. 1, 2, 1, 2, up.
Well, he ended it with a charge, Jacob Robinson, but obviously the knockdown, and for the most part, Nathaniel Collins again in control. A flash knockdown.
Yeah, well, like we said, you know, he was on the way in, he was engaging, he was going over on his feet, and he did take a punch on the way, but, you know, maybe a little bit on the harsh side to call it a knockdown, you know,
Yeah.
but, yeah, there was a shot landed, and he was on the way down, so...
There wasn't too many complaints from the corner or anything,
Yeah.
but I mean, it did look innocuous, very innocuous.
Yeah.
You know what? funny, the last 30 seconds of the round, there was probably his best little spell in the fight, but he's still well locked around.
Yeah, it certainly was, Steve. Yeah.
With the knockdown, there's never mission impossible in boxing, but he's got to pull something out we haven't seen the sign of.
Well, he's got 6 minutes to do it. We're in the penultimate round here of this Commonwealth Featherweight title. Can he go back to Wales with that belt? At the moment, of course, anything can happen. At the moment, he's a mile behind, according to Alex Arthur and Steve Lillis. Nathaniel Collins in his home city, certainly enjoying himself. And after what was a tight opening round, he's been in control.
Collins is not staying in there too long either. He's getting off the better work, and then he's just stepping back ever so slightly. Not giving Robinson the opportunity to come back with any shots.
But you could say it's a mature performance. He's not taking any silly risks whatsoever. He's not trying to showboat. He's not trying to play to the crowd. He's just trying to get the job done, it would look like.
Boxing very, very smart. Gets off some nice shots there as well. Looking stronger inside there as well, Collins.
Good work to head and body again from Collins. Just warned about pushing there from Howard Foster. The right hand has landed a couple of times from Robinson, enough to bloody the nose of Collins.
Decent body shot there from Robinson.
Let him go, Jake. Let's go.
Get to the body. Jake, if he's tired, get to the fucking body.
Let it go, Jake.
1, 2, up. 1, 2, up. That's it, Jake.
That's it, Jake. Go again. Find that shot, Jake.
Come on, Jake. Let's work.
Backhand, Jake.
Work, Jake.
Go again.
Good hooks from Robinson to head and body.
Yeah. Probably his better round this round, yeah. So a little bit more success here.
And just, you can see the damage on Collins' face from this round. So maybe just something to just give him a little bit of boost ahead of the final round.
That's it, Dom. Yeah, a little bit of hope, yeah. Last round, though.
Well, going into the last round, fellas, I mean, I know that you've got it pretty much a shutout for Nathaniel Collins. It is going to take something spectacular, isn't it?
Yeah, it sadly is. Yeah, well, I mean, sadly for Robinson, you know, it's going to take a stoppage or a knockout. There's no other way around it. You know, he's been beaten comprehensively in every area. He's been out-punched, he's been out-thought, he's been out-boxed, and he needs a knockout to win.
Second, he won that round. That's the first round that I've actually given him.
Yeah, me as well.
Given him that round, but you know, there's a glimmer there, but there's still nothing to suggest he's going to pull something out of the fire. He's got to do something. If he pulls this round now, it's going to be one of the sensational turnarounds of the last few years.
Oh, totally agree, Steve. Yeah.
There has been one simple thing where he's given, you know, his fans around him, his brother, his corner. They're all telling him what to do. Be first, you know, be more busy, be busier. He's not doing any of it.
No. Only a 10-round title fight here as well, not a 12-rounder. So.
A cagey start to the 10th round.
Let them hands go, Jake. Come on, let's
Yep, more than half a minute gone already, though. And Robinson's through 2 shots. You know, he's Collins looking by far the better here again. got a nice rhythm going. Good jab working. Very attentive. Look out, razor sharp his eyes are. He's looking to make no mistakes, Collins, here at all. Throws a 1-2 on the back foot. Not an easy thing to do. Good body shot there from Robinson. I wonder why he never let his hands go a little bit more, why he never worked the body a little bit more. You know, is it Collins' style, Steve? Is he, you know, is he just something he's never seen before? You know, he's, you know, it's only his 10th bout tonight.
It's only Nathaniel's 11th, but obviously he's had the 12 round. He's trained for 12 rounders before.
And of course, Steve, he was a world-class amateur as well. You know.
I think what you said there about, you know, not reading him, certainly it's taken him a long time to make rounds even competitive in it, you know. But you know what also Nathaniel's done, he's done all the basics really well, hasn't he?
Very well.
And if you can do them well, you've got a chance.
Yeah, you sure have.
In this game.
His sharp, straight shots have been super effective as well.
Inside the final minute. The 10th round.
It seems to be like Collins is, Robinson's the one that's looking to hold up close as well. You would think that Robinson would be the one when he did get up close, he wanted to work inside and let the hands go. You know, he does look physically strong. And a very calculated, intelligent performance from Nathaniel Collins.
And nothing really happened in that one. It was one of those kind of rounds where 11th round.
Yeah, but I did think it was a little bit odd on the notice saying 10 threes, and of course it's a title fight, so I'm like, what is going on? I know these things sometimes happen, but I'm quite happy to see that it's a 12-round title fight.
I mean,
well, the task is still as gargantuan, really.
Yeah, it is still a pretty mammoth task ahead, Steve.
From the outside looking in, it appears that the game plan they've implemented, he's carried it out to a T. What are the emotions of your trainer afterwards when you've won, having done everything he said right?
Well, you know, I guess it would make him feel very, very good, wouldn't it? I mean, it must be increasingly frustrating for the opposite corner, though, because they clearly have seen Robinson do things in training that he's not doing here tonight, because they are hollering and shouting, and, you know, they're expecting to see Robinson let his hands go, and he's just not. So
you can see them because they look disappointed on their faces, and
yeah,
you know, they've only been shouting the same things that you've been sounding.
Yes.
What's been surprising you? They know, you know, Tony Ball, Steve Robinson. That's a serious corner.
That's a serious corner.
They'll be very disappointed if he doesn't pull something out these last
unbelievably experienced guys, and you know they have really pretty much have seen it all. There's not that much left for them to see in boxing, and they clearly believe that Robinson is capable of a lot more than he's shown tonight.
I said earlier, he looks like there's a good fighter in there waiting to burst out.
There you go. Very well said.
If he can take any consolation, I think his dad lost 8 or 9 fights before that win against John Davison to become WBO world champion.
With 48 hours notice after working in a shop. Incredible, really, isn't it?
And what his dad did do was let his hands go very, very well. He walked forward behind a super high guard with his gloves almost cupped around his head, and he would just let those shots fly. He ripped the body very, very well, had a phenomenal work rate, and that's something that we're not seeing here tonight. And they could, because they, like you said, Steve, you know, his corner and his team have been shouting the same thing over and over. So in the gym, you clearly see a Jacob Robinson that throws a lot of punches, is very, very busy. But tonight, he's just not here. He's not at the races at all.
But it's something he can't, and I don't think they'll let him. He can't get disheartened for what it looks like becoming his first career defeat either. You know,
Yeah.
they've got to look to improve him, and I'm sure he can improve for it.
Let's go, Jake.
Well, Robinson, can he pull something spectacular out of the bag? Just 40 seconds of the 11th round. Nathaniel Collins, who for the most part has been excellent, just controlling the ring generalship that you alluded to before. Alex Arthur has been there, evident all night.
Left hand right uppercut, Jake. Left hand right uppercut.
Let the hands go, Jake. Come on. Go, go.
Good right hook there from Robinson, forces Nathaniel to hold there. Doesn't look hurt though, comes back with a couple of shots straight away.
Well, plenty on the feet at the Ovo Hydro here. There's all smiles in the corner of Nathaniel Collins. He knows the job is nearly done, bar a real collapse. It's been impressive. And again, throughout the fight, you've been talking about, obviously, Jacob Robinson not being able to get his hands away. He's not been able to let those hands go, but
yeah,
that's simply to do with the work of Nathaniel Collins, isn't it? I mean, he's not allowed him to, he's controlled it.
Yeah, he has. He's controlled the distance very well. He's changed levels pretty well as well. He's moved in and out of range. With relative ease, you know, he's not been forced to feel uncomfortable at any point in time either. Very, very good performance really from Nathaniel Collins. Very, very professional, and you know, you would think he'd have double the contest that he's had on the basis of this performance.
So here we go, the 12th and final round on the cards of Alex Arthur and Steve Lillis. It's going to have to be a knockout from Jacob Robinson's point of view. It's been comprehensive for Nathaniel Collins, but will there be a twist in the tail? Just caught one on the way in there, Robinson. His legs stiffened there.
You know what? They were actually better shots than the ones that caused the knockdown, and he took those very well. Probably leaning more towards the fact that he was off balance. A little bit late for that, ref. Come on, let him work.
Come on, Jake. Come on, Jake. Come on. Let the hands work, Jake.
Crowd really just trying to
Let's go.
G that man over the line, Nathaniel Collins. They feel he's retaining that belt, and I think that would be the general consensus as he sinks those shots in again, and Robinson just trying to let those hands go.
Let it go, Jake.
Yeah, mile off for that right hook as well. Looking for one shot now.
Again, just catching one again on the way in. It was a good right hand from Collins.
Nice and sharp. Good timing as well. Very well picked.
Let him in, Jake. Let him go, Jake. Let it go, Jake. Backhand. Work, Jake. We have to work. Set it up, Jake. Come on, listen up. Let it go, Jake.
Well, the final 30 seconds.
Jake, it's last half now. You got to try and get us. Come on. Come on. Go again, Jake.
Go for it. Go for it.
seconds just ticking away. Nathaniel Collins just showing supreme fitness. Both men obviously in great shape for this. It's been a tough 12 rounds, particularly for Jacob Robinson, but he's still in there. He's still having a go as well.
Yeah, you can tell by the condition of their bodies, they're both in fantastic shape.
And there it is. Well, the end of the contest, and disappointing body language from Jacob Robinson. But that's a massive test for him. He's stepped up against Nathaniel Collins, who showed his class tonight.
Very, very good performance by Nathaniel Collins. Calculated, precise. Very, very controlled.
And a landslide on your card.
Yeah, landslide, real landslide, yeah. You can give Robinson a share of a couple of the rounds at most.
Well, I think the 9th round maybe was his as well.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
But very emphatic, excellent performance from Nathaniel Collins.
Very, very impressive.
The nightmare has proved to be a bit of a nightmare, I think, for Jacob Robinson tonight.
It's going to be a nightmare for a lot of people in future as well.
But of course, your opinion, while valid, Alex, isn't the one that really matters, because we need the judges' scorecards.
Makes no difference at all.
Of course it does.
Nathaniel Collins got a little bit cramp or something in his leg there.
Well, both men await the judges' scorecards. Steve Gray, Mike Alexander and Darren Maxwell. Well, both men now have a chat in the middle of the ring. Well, Jacob Robinson's face just tells its own story. He looks a little bit dejected in there. Wasn't the night I think he planned, of course, but Nathaniel Collins is a special talent, and just from start to finish really was excellent.
Well done, boys. Good sportsmanship, boys.
Well, the judges' scorecards are in. And our referee, Howard Foster's just poised, about to call the men into the middle. Of course, our main event still to come. Hannah Rankin defending her WBA and IBO Super Welterweight titles against Alejandro Ayala here at Glasgow's OVO Hydro. Well, we are ready to go. Let's cross then for the results with our MC Paul Booth.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of featherweight boxing, we go to the scorecards at ringside. Judge Michael Alexander sees the bout at 119-108. Steve Gray has it at 120-107. Darren Maxwell sees the bout at 120-108. All three judges score in favour of the winner by unanimous decision. And still, the Commonwealth Featherweight Champion from Scotland, the Nightmare, Nathaniel Collins.
Well, it is wide as expected. Nathaniel Collins maintains that Commonwealth Featherweight title. Well, that's pleased the crowd here at Collins' home crowd. Is from Bearsden here in Glasgow. Disappointment for Jacob Robinson and his team. They head back to Wales without that belt. They just couldn't get firing, Jacob Robinson, against the very talented Nathaniel Collins. And the arena is now gearing up and getting ready for the main event of the night. There's going to be some noise for Hannah Rankin and Alejandro Ayala. Well, he's still milking a bit of applause, Nathaniel Collins, as well he might. He's making his way now over to the ringside. He still looks fit. Still looks like he could do a few more rounds. From Nathaniel Collins. Just getting the salt tire draped around the shoulders, but he's ready, I think, now to talk to Steve.
Nathaniel, congratulations. Nathaniel, congratulations. Did you expect to be that dominant?
You know, I believe in my ability fully, and I knew Jacob was going to come short, but I've got the pedigree and I've got the belief, and I knew there was bigger things ahead for me today, and you know, that's how it played out.
It seemed that Joham Senior come together with an excellent game plan and you stuck to it.
Absolutely, Joham is beyond a doubt one of the best trainers in Britain, and you know, it's a shame because you see your bigger trainers who jump in and they get in the interviews and stuff and they get the credit and they get the limelight, and Joe does not care at all he cares about is his boxers, and that shows in there. That shows in there. 3 wins tonight, 3 undefeated fighters, you know, on the night.
What's it like for you to go 12 rounds tonight? Because in your first 2 Commonwealth title fights, you were knocking them out for fun.
Yeah, and I probably could have upped the pressure today, but we get back halfway, and I said to Joe, like, I want to try and get the 12 done, just so I know for myself. And I've showed every featherweight in Britain I can box for 12 rounds comfortably, easy, and you know, in the last wee minute there I got cramp actually in my quad, so I was giving that wee shake off, but it was easy work.
The Boxing Board of Control have matched you with Nick Bull for the British title. Is that a fight you want, or are you looking to go beyond that now?
Yeah, absolutely, whoever we can get next, I'm all for it. The British would be a great step forward in my career. That's my second defence of the Commonwealth, so 3 for the Commonwealth in total, and you know, I'm ready to go up the levels, and we've seen it here tonight. I can box comfortably, and if I needed to fight, I would fight as well.
Let's bring in one of your promoters, Stephen Crump. Steve, is this the next man who's going to, the next male fighter who's going to be headlining at the Hydro in the next year or so?
I think after that performance, there's a good chance he will be. You know, we are going for the British, so I think that will be the next step for Nathaniel. But you know, it was a great fight for him and Jacob. Somebody had to lose their undefeated, what do you call it? Undefeated record. Sorry, got a brain freeze then. But you know, I think Jacob probably needs 4 or 4 more fights, something like that, before he goes again for the title. Good kid, but Nathaniel were too much for him.
Yeah, I think it showed there. You had that amateur pedigree as well that he never had, and training for 12 rounders.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, it's all well and good your dad being Steve Robinson, but your dad can't come in and fight for you. You know what I mean? It's you and me across the ring. We were up in the dressing room there and they were banging our door and shouting, and then you. This entourage can't come fight for you. There's no point in having yes men there, because at the end of the day it's me and you in the ring, and you need to put the work in. So
you deserve a break. Now, how are you celebrating this weekend?
I'll be going straight to McDonald's at Finiston, and I'll be getting a Grand Big Mac and a double quarter pounder. That's the pre-fight ritual, post-fight ritual, sorry. So
thanks very much, Nathaniel. Thanks, Steve. Back to you now, Dom, to set the